Hello everyone, my name is Brij Mohan and today I am going to present you the topic about partnership, the basics of partnership and partnership deed that we are going to study today. So let's start. When we talk about partnership, then automatically it comes in our mind that in partnership there are at least two people and they are doing some business and they are sharing profit and losses. So in actual partnership as well, when we talk about business, in the business, when two people or more come together to do some business and share profit and losses arising out of such business, they are said to be partners, and the structure so formed is called partnership firm. Let's read in the book. So NCERT book says that when two or more persons join hands to set up a business and share its profits and losses, they are said to be in partnership. So as I said, in partnership there should be at least two people. They should come together, they should do some business, and they should share its profits and losses. If we define partnership firm, then Section 4 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932 defines partnership as the relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. So as per the definition, it is a relation. Relation means agreement between persons. There are people involved who have agreed to share the profits. There is some agreement to share the profits, and of a business means they are doing some business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. The business can be carried on by any one of them or all of them. Next comes the features of the partnership. Okay, so all partners collectively called firm and individually they are called partners. For example, if there are four people in a partnership, then this arrangement of four people, this structure, jointly they all four will be called partnership firm, and individually they will be called partners. Imagine about a boat which is sailing through the sea. So the people who are on board of the ship are called partners, but the ship itself, which is carrying people to reach some destination, to reach some goal, it is called partnership firm. Understand? So a partnership firm is called the group of partners. and individually they are called partners. So now let's discuss about the essential features of partnership firm. In the partnership firm, these are the essential features. First is 2 or more persons. To form a partnership firm, there should be at least 2 people coming together, okay, and maximum number of partners in a firm can be 50. Next is agreement. There should be some agreement between the partners to do some business and share its profit and losses. The partnership agreement can be oral agreement or written agreement. It is preferred to have the partnership agreement in written form to avoid any dispute. When partnership agreement is in written form, it is called partnership deed. Next is business. The partners should come together to do some business. If they have done partnership to just co-own any property, it does not amount to partnership. For example, if Rohit and Sachin jointly purchased a plot of land, they become owners, but they are not partners. So there should be some business. Let's take another example. If Rohit and Sachin contribute their capitals and start a manufacturing business and they earn profit and losses from that business, it is called partnership. Next point, fourth point is mutual agency. So every partner is the agent as well as principal of other partners. Every partner is responsible for the acts of other partners. Every partner is responsible for his act to all partners. Whatever a partner does on behalf of partnership firm, he binds through its actions to other partners as well. For example, if a partner enters into some contract on behalf of firm, then other partners cannot deny that he has entered into contract. The contract will be binding to other partner as well, because the partner represented the firm. So there is a mutual agency. Okay. Next, sharing of profits. There should be agreement to share the profits and losses of business. Last is liability of partners. The liability of each and every partner is unlimited. Every partner is jointly and severally liable to the debts of the firm. What does it mean? Means if the assets of the firm are not sufficient to pay the debts of the firm, then the private assets, personal assets of partners can also be used to pay the firm's debts. So we are done with the features of partnership. What was the first feature? Two or more persons. Okay. Next, agreement. Third, business. Fourth, mutual agency. Fifth, sharing of profits. And last, liability of a partner. Now let's come to the another topic, that is partnership deed. What is a partnership deed? Okay, as we discussed, the partnership agreement can be oral or written. When the partnership agreement is in writing, the document which contains the terms of the agreement is called partnership deed. So partnership deed is nothing but the agreement of partnership in written form. It states all the aspects which affect relationship between partners. It states the objectives of business, how much contribution of capital every partner will make, the profit sharing ratio and loss sharing ratio, and whether any partner will be entitled for the interest on capital or interest on loan. It is important to note that the terms and conditions means the clauses. The clauses of partnership deed can be altered, can be modified, can be changed with the consent of all the partners only. Just one partner or few partners cannot modify the terms of partnership deed. All partners should consent. Next, the deed should be properly drafted and prepared as per the provisions of the Stamp Act and preferably registered with the registrar of the firms. So, deed is prepared according to the Stamp Act provisions and registered with the registrar of firms. It is very important to note that. Next, what are the contents of a partnership deed? Names and addresses of the firm and its main business, names and addresses of all partners, amount of capital to be contributed by each partner, the accounting period of the firm, the date of commencement of partnership, rules regarding operation of bank account, profit and loss sharing ratio, rate of interest on capital, loan drawings, etc., mode of auditor's appointment, salaries, commission, etc. if payable to any partner, the rights, duties and liabilities of each partner, and so on. So every rule and regulation regarding partnership and partnership form, it is stated in partnership deed. Now let's move on. The provisions of Partnership Act relevant for accounting. Most of the time the partnership is in oral form. There is no deed exists. So if the deed exists, then the rules and provisions mentioned in the deed itself will be applicable. However, if deed is silent regarding any of the points, then the provisions of Partnership Act will apply. And what the provisions say, we will discuss below. First is profit sharing ratio. If the partnership deed is silent, the profit sharing ratio will be equal. Next, interest on capital. If partnership deed is silent, or if there is no partnership deed at all, then interest on capital will be zero, nil. No interest on capital will be provided. Next, interest on drawing. So, no interest on drawing will be provided if partnership deed is silent. Next, interest on loan. This is important. If any partner has given any advance or loan to the firm, then interest at the rate of 6% per annum will be provided to the partner who has advance loan to the firm. This is very important to note. Next, remuneration for firm's work. If any partner has done some extra work or has employed himself into the business, so he will not get any salary or commission for doing such extra efforts. Also, the Partnership Act specifies that subject to contract between the partners, if any partner derives any profit for him or herself from any transaction of the firm or from the use of the property or business connection of the firm or the firm name, he or she shall account for the profit and pay it to the firm. Let me summarize it. If any partner uses the assets of the partnership firm to make any profit, so such profit and such asset which he has used belong to the partnership firm. Partnership firm can claim the profits of such side business. Next, if a partner carries on any business of the same nature as and competing with that of the firm, he or she shall account for and pay to the firm all profit made by him or her in that business. If any partner has started any similar business, to compete with the partnership, then any profit arising out of such business will belong to the partnership firm because he has started the similar business. It is very important to note. Okay. Hope you do this test your understanding question. Hope you do this test your understanding question. Let's try to do it ourselves. Mohan and Shyam are partners in a firm. State whether the claim is valid if the partnership agreement is silent in the following matters. Mohan is an active partner. He wants a salary of rupees 10,000. Will he get a salary of rupees 10,000? No, he will not receive salary of 10,000. Why? Because the deed is silent, and as per the provisions of the Partnership Act 1932, the partners are not entitled for the salary. Second question. Shyam had advanced a loan to the firm. He claims interest at 10% per annum. Answer is Shyam will not get interest at 10% per annum. However, Partnership Act provides interest on advances and loans by partners to the firm at 6% per annum. Next, third, Mohan has contributed rupees 20,000 and Shyam rupees 50,000 as capital. Mohan wants equal share in profits. Answer is definitely yes. He can get equal share. Why? Because partnership agreement or deed is silent, and as per the partnership form, as per partnership Act 1932, if the deed is silent, then partners will share the profit and loss in equal ratio. Am I clear? Next, fourth point. Shyam wants interest on capital to be credited at 6% per annum. Answer is no. Shyam will not get any interest on capital. Why? Because partnership deed is silent, and as per the provisions of Partnership Act 1932, if the deed is silent, then no interest on capital shall be provided. Let's move on to second question. It is true or false. First, valid partnership can be formulated even without a written agreement between the partners. True or false? True. Because partnership can be written or oral. Next, each partner carrying on the business is principal as well as the agent for all the other partners. Is it true or false? It is true, because there is mutual agency. Every partner is principal as well as agent. Third, maximum number of partners can be 50. True. Fourth, methods of settlement of dispute among the partners can't be part of partnership deed. It is false. All the terms and conditions, all the rules and regulations, all the methods, all the settlement procedures can be part of the partnership deed. So the answer is false. Next, if the deed is silent, interest at the rate of 6% per annum would be charged on the drawings made by the partners. Answer is false. On the drawings made by the partners, drawing means the partners have withdrawn some money from the partnership business for personal use. So such drawings are called drawings. On drawings made by the partner, if partnership deed is silent, no interest is to be charged. Last question. Interest on partner's loan is to be given at 12% per annum if the deed is silent. False. Why? Because if the deed is silent, then Partnership Act provides interest on loan at the rate of 6% per annum. So this statement is false. So I think we have done both the questions given under test your understanding part. I hope this lecture provides you the desired information. Thank you for giving me your time of the day. Please share and like this video, and please share with your friends and your colleagues. Thank you. Have a nice day.